No, it says, have you been evicted?
Thank you.
Oh, sir,
So that case had not concluded, is that correct?
that's correct.
Okay, then if you're saying that she misled you, your question is bad,
Well, but
as it
she,
has been all this morning.
okay, but she didn't disclose where her
You want to
address
argue
was.
with me?
No, honey, I'm
She
sorry.
doesn't have to answer that question, or actually, she answered the question. I don't care what you were told. I'm taking a break. You get your questions in order, and you understand how to address this court. Am I clear? This is the date and time set for trial.
Should I stand there, sir, or right here?
You can stand wherever you want, that you'll be picked up on a microphone. Ma'am, put the microphone back where it was. It will pick you up.
Sorry about that, sir. Your Honor, my name is Lori Anderson, and I am the plaintiff and owner of the property at issue. I am here seeking a judgment for $14,606.46, which includes unpaid rent, court costs, unpaid water bill, and damages in the amount of $2,866. Ms. Amani Lyman provided false information on her rental application, including misrepresenting her residency, which influenced my decision to rent my home to her. This is not a typical landlord-tenant dispute. She has a documented history of property damage, unpaid rent, and destructive behavior, as shown in the exhibits and witness testimony I will present. I want to acknowledge that I appreciate the court's efforts in landlord-tenant cases to maintain tenancy for individuals who might otherwise be homeless. However, this case is different because it involves actual property damage and destruction, not just homelessness. If the court allows Ms. Lyman to remain a tenant, I respectfully request safeguards to protect my home, because this is the only way I will have access to my property. The defendant will not allow me into my home and does not communicate with me outside of the court. While the lease allows me access with a 24-hour notice, Ms. Lyman has denied the entry, making court-ordered inspections necessary. Therefore, I request that the court order monthly inspections at a specific time each month so that these inspections are enforceable and I can return to court if Ms. Lyman fails to comply. Monthly property inspections with Mr. Ivory Clinton present to detect smoking inside the home. Inspections scheduled once per month on a Saturday at a specific time set by the court, preferably 10 or 11 a.m. During inspections, I request permission to take photos of the property condition. I request access to inspect the entire home, including the basement and garage. I will bring an HVAC filter to the inspection and replace it monthly as part of regular maintenance. Inspections will confirm that there are no unauthorized occupants, no further property damage, and no smoking inside the home. I ask the court to instruct Ms. Lyman to allow access to the home for myself and a licensed contractor on October 2nd to repair a crack in the basement, scheduled to start between 8 and 10 a.m. and expected to last several hours. I am also respectfully requesting that the court return 2 zip drives in my possession. I did not present any video evidence in this trial, and these drives contain precious family memories. For this reason, I ask that these videos not be included as evidence. These measures are essential to prevent repetition of past destructive behavior, ensure compliance with lease terms and local laws, and allow me reasonable access to my property. I respectfully ask the court to grant judgment of 46 cents and Ms. Lyman remains intent to consider implementing these court-ordered protective measures to safeguard my home. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Lyman, opening statement.
Okay. So I have not been able to peacefully stay in the house. Every time I turn around, she's either down the street or have somebody watching me. So I would really like to be able to enjoy the home, which I haven't. I pay all this money to not be able to enjoy the home. I don't smoke, so there's no smoking happening on the property. There are no damages. And the judgment, that seems like a much, because she's including the rent that I had paid to you guys in escrow in the judgment. Also, I would like an addendum to the lease for my $750 that she said that she legally lied and said that she didn't know that she can put it as non-refundable because somebody else is suing her for the same $750. When I moved in May, I paid $3,300. It should have been prorated because I moved in on May 5th. So that should have been prorated $533 plus the extra $300 that's left over from the deposit. In June, I paid an extra $200. So I ended up paying $3,500. In July and August, I paid the $3,300. The only month I owe is this month. So from
this month being September or October?
Yes, I can pay that tomorrow. So only, every month is 3,300. So with the extra money, me paying the 200, prorated the $530, the extra $300 from the deposit comes up to $1,033. So I figured that I should take that from the rent and it should be $2,267.
That you owe.
Yes.
Sanderson, you may call your first witness. Is that going to be yourself or somebody else?
Okay, should I stand there to question the witness? Where should the witness stand there?
It's up to you. Where do you want to stand?
Clinton? Your Honor, may I give this to Mr. Clinton to reference?
I don't know what it is.
It's evidence pack number 4 that I've already.
No, that's not the way it's done.
Oh.
You can question him and then.
Okay. Mr. Clinton, how long have you known me, the plaintiff, Miss Anderson? Yeah, can you hear, hon? How he has a hearing trouble. Thank you, Mr. Clinton. Mr. Clinton, how long have you known me, the plaintiff, Miss Anderson?
1 year.
In your experience, how have you known me to maintain my home, its cleanliness, its floors, the overall condition?
Perfect.
Almost perfect? Okay. Looking at the before and after photos in Exhibit 4, did you ever see a rear screen?
Exhibit 4 hasn't been admitted. I don't know.
I have,
Yes.
yes, sir. I gave them all to the clerk on
It hasn't been admitted, ma'am.
the clerk. I came here on Friday and, Ann, or was it Ann? She said she would give it to you. She gave it, I put it in a packet and
It hasn't been admitted.
how do I
Trial.
admit it?
Ma'am, I can't tell you that.
Okay. So,
I don't know who took the photos. I don't know when they were taken. I don't know any of that about these purported photos.
well, how can I get what I dropped off on Friday to you? So I thought you had them. I actually spent a lot of money to produce the color prints. It cost me over $20.
Ma'am, whether I have them or not doesn't mean that they've been admitted into trial. Who has to establish those photos and then attempt to try to have questioning regarding those photos.
Okay, I'll do that. Can I admit Exhibit 4 into court?
Ma'am, I don't know who, there's no testimony as to who took the photos,
The
what
professional
their photos are,
of my house, the professional photos of my house, and then I took the photos of the damages.
and you need to testify about the photos.
Okay, so what, do you want me to say, go over Exhibit 4 with you?
I just want you to do the trial, but I'm not going to just have you submit things, and I don't know if they've been presented to.
Yeah, I sent her all the files, all the files to the defendant.
I don't know what those files are.
The exhibits, I spent a lot of money bringing the exhibits to court. And I dropped them off on Friday. She put a stamp on them to give to you. And she said, everything's fine. And so I thought you had the exhibits.
Maybe you're not understanding me. You can send to the court whatever you like. It doesn't make them an exhibit in the trial.
So how do I send them to be an exhibit to the trial?
I am not here to assist necessarily either side in this trial. Something the court to consider as evidence in the trial, you need to properly admit it.
So how do I properly admit the evidence, sir?
I'm not here as your lawyer, ma'am. I'm here as a judge.
Okay, so you want me to just ask him the questions then? I'll ask him the questions. Can you confirm for the court that the before photos accurately represent the condition of the property before Ms. Lyman took possession, May 5th, 2025?
Where did these photos come from?
They were photos I took when I was, after the home was prepared for sale.
Ma'am, you took the photos.
No, they were taken by a professional because they were actually put in the
Then
MLS.
How's he going to establish that? You need the professional here.
The professional photos were taken, they were put in the MLS, and then I took the damage photos.
What did I just say? Who took the photos?
The professional photos, 2 people.
Oh, Goodness.
Two people. The before photos were professional photos for the home to be in the,
My question.
okay.
The photos that he just talked about, and where's the testimony about who took the photos?
They were by a professional photographer who takes photos for listing a home in the real estate MLS.
Where are they?
He has a job. I can't afford to pay him to be here. And you don't allow Zoom testimony. So, I mean, I'm doing the best I can, sir. I don't have any money.
I'm going to tell you what. You did not make a request for that Zoom testimony.
I did.
And then are you going to keep interrupting me? Because I'm not going to do this all day. The person that took the photos needs to testify as to those photos.
I did not know that, sir. But if he could do Zoom.
Then that's not my issue. I'm telling you. Yes.
I requested Zoom for 4 other witnesses and I was denied because they live out of state.
Because this individual did not consent. You should have at least asked her.
She doesn't talk to me outside of court.
You know what? I am not here to solve the world's problems. Only the issue that's in front of me. Did you make the request of her to have these?
She doesn't, I sent an
Did
email.
you make the request?
No,
Okay.
but she does not talk
That's
to
an
me.
answer to my question. Clinton, how often were you at that property?
Before or now?
Before. Well, let's just ask this. How many times have you been to that property?
Or under 10?
What's your relationship to Miss Anderson?
Well, start, well, we've been friends about 20-some years.
What is the relationship now?
We're still friends.
Mr. Clinton, were you present in the district court on August 15th when Miss Gloria Vanderwell testified in front of Judge Washington regarding 6285 Maplehurst Drive?
It's hearsay. Don't answer the question.
Did you see photos showing 2 bathtubs with running water left?
Where? Did he see photos where?
In Exhibit 6 that show the damage she did to Miss Lyman did to the Maplehurst property. They were
To whose property?
to her prior residence. He's seen the damage to her prior residence.
Were you there and saw the damage?
No, it's all pictures.
I'm not going to allow it.
Even though it was in court that it was presented?
What did I just say?
Okay. Well, I'm learning, Sarah. Forgive me. Did you see the final water bill from Ypsilanti Township showing a final water bill for the Maplehurst property of $3,153.69 during Miss Lyman's tenancy at 6285 Maplehurst?
Why am I talking about Maplehurst?
I thought it showed evidence of damage to prior property.
I don't. Have you ever been to Maplehurst, sir?
No.
Do you have personal knowledge of anything regarding that Maplehurst property?
No.
Okay, there's no further questions for Mr. Clinton.
Any cross-examination, Mr. Lyman? Any questions you have for him? No? Thank you, sir. You may step down.
And he's also Air Force, sir.
Other witnesses.
Miss Lyman?
Lyman, come on up.
Okay, this is going to be questions about the lease. Isn't it true that you were late paying rent for July, August, and September?
Paying the rent to the court.
I know, but you were late on those days that you paid the rent. Are you aware that partial rent payments are not accepted under this lease?
On the lease, she said I can deposit a check into.
I'm partial meaning like you couldn't just pay half of it one day and half of it the other. It all has to be paid at one time.
Rent issue.
Was that a question?
No, I'm making her,
Question?
no, I was making her aware of that.
You need to ask her a question.
Okay, are you aware that if rent and late fees are not paid, I plan to issue a 7-day notice on the 5th of the month and file it with the court on the 12th going forward, and you will be expected to pay the court cost.
What's the relevance?
That's just,
Question.
it's a question just to
What's
make
the relevance of that question?
that going forward, if she still remains my tenant, I plan to be on top of it as far as rent. If it's not paid, I will issue a 7-day notice.
What bearing does that have with anything the court has to decide today?
Okay, sorry, strike that one. Under your lease, only you, the named tenant, are permitted to reside in the home without my written consent, correct? Isn't it true that your uncle and 3 children have been observed living at the property by several neighbors?
No, just because somebody seen people come over doesn't mean anything.
Are you aware that my former tenant, Gabriella Anderson, died in Ypsilanti Township?
What's the relevance of that?
I have a history of a tenant dying in my property
Why do I need to know that?
because it shows why it's important to have access to a home. As a landlord, if somebody dies, I need to have
Does
access to
she
the
know
home.
that? And if she does, what's the relevance of that in whatever her answer is?
I'm making her aware that the reason why it's
This is
important,
not a proceeding for you to make her aware of things or what your expectations are.
okay. I was explaining,
You don't have to answer the question. Go to your
Okay.
next one.
okay. Will you allow my licensed contractor, Affordable Dry Basements, to enter on October 2nd to repair the basement crack?
I don't know anything about a licensed contractor.
I sent an email to you at Armani Lyman.
You send a lot of emails, so I most likely didn't see it, but that's not a good day.
Well, I
You
can,
also mentioned that they could come in the spring, so.
yeah, but I don't want it to go through winter. I don't want it to go through winter. The crack is just getting worse, sir. I want to get it done before winter because
Are
they can't.
you going to ask a question?
I want to ask her when I can schedule Affordable Dry Basements to enter to do the repair in the basement. It's leaking now, sir. So we won't pass the certificate.
Why are you talking? You were supposed to be asking questions.
Okay, when will you allow my licensed contractor to repair the crack in the basement?
That's spring, like you mentioned before.
Okay, what month? Can I ask a question, sir? Of you? Because the crack is getting worse and it's damaging my property. It needs to be
That's a
repaired.
statement.
It needs to be repaired.
That's another statement. What's your question?
My question is, I need to, my lease states that I can go in and make repairs with a 24-hour notice. So she's going against my lease by not allowing me to go in.
Okay, once again, a statement. You asked, can I ask you a question?
So can I ask the court to enforce my lease? Can I ask the court to enforce my
You
lease?
can ask the court to do whatever you want. Whether they do it or not becomes a whole other issue.
Even though it's damaging my property.
Next question.
Have you paid the water bill for May 5th through August 31st, totaling $1,471.87?
I'm sorry, say that again.
The water bill is in my name. I have worked something out with them already.
Okay, because, may I make a comment to the court? If the water bill,
Ooh,
okay,
This is testimony.
okay. Yeah, as a landlord, they sent me a shut-off notice.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. Why do I keep getting comments from you and not questions?
Okay, the question was, did you pay the DTE bill that was subject to shut-off?
Answered it.
Did you paid it?
No.
This is the next question. Do you plan to keep the home above 50 degrees this winter as required by the lease? Are you aware that you will be held liable for any frozen pipe damage beyond your security deposit resulting from temperatures below freezing or winter shutoff? Huh?
I am now.
Thank you. Will you arrange for the repairs of the torn screen, broken blinds, torn down insulation and oil stains in the driveway by a professional contractor?
I already told you last quarter that the fallen insulation has been put up. The screen is on the checklist. The blinds will get fixed. And the oil stains are barely even visible.
But they're still there. So it will require,
Is that a question?
well, so she's,
Or are you just going to argue with her?
okay. So you don't want to go abide by the lease?
I'm just tired.
That's, she doesn't have to answer that.
Okay. Do you understand that if smoke odor is detected and smoke damage is documented, repainting and remediation of the entire home may be required at an estimated cost of approximately $10,000?
What, really? Where does that come from?
3,000 square feet would cost.
Where does that come from?
I'm just making her aware about smoke damage.
Why,
Okay, sorry, strike it.
where
Strike it,
does
sir.
that come from?
I've been quoted $10,000 to paint that house.
By whom?
contractor because it's a large house and smoke will sink into the paint.
I don't know anybody named Contractor.
Nicholas Blake, licensed contractor.
Is he here to testify?
No.
Then I don't want any questions about any quote he's given.
Okay.
That's hearsay.
Okay. Sorry,
Next
sir.
question.
Yes, sir. Cameras and alterations, line number 20 on the lease. Did you install an exterior camera without written consent of the landlord?
Yes, but I did tell you I was being antique. And also the first court date, you said you had no problems with the cameras. So what's the problem?
I didn't authorize installation. I never said I didn't. No. I just said,
Yes, you did.
the prior court date, I said as a compromise, I would accept it, but I'm just going over what she violated. I thought we
Okay, so
wanted,
she installed cameras
Okay,
and
okay.
installed the security
that's
system.
all I wanted,
All
just
right.
get confirmation. Are you, okay, can I ask this question?
I don't know.
I know I'm upsetting you. I'm sorry,
You're
sir.
not upsetting me.
I'm not a
You're
lawyer.
wasting my time,
Okay.
but you're not upsetting.
Okay, are you aware you will need to refill the holes and repair the siding damage by that occurred when you installed the camera? When you leave, you'll have to do those repairs, fill in those holes from the camera.
Under the terms of the lease, she has to restore the premises back to a reasonable condition as she got it. I think everybody knows that. Do you understand that, Ms. Lemon?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Next
sir.
question.
Have the hedges been trimmed as required by HOA rules? Do you plan on getting them trimmed so that I don't get a fine from the HOA?
Have you gotten a fine?
Not yet, but they've said.
Okay.
Okay. Did you have two inoperative and, or unregistered vehicles on the property?
The vehicles were, that was talking.
Okay, okay. Did those vehicles cause oil stains in the driveway? Okay. Do you plan on hiring a professional contractor to remove these oil stains?
The oil stains are really there.
On May 5th, 2025, rental application, you listed your current address as 90 Drive, correct? Okay. At the time, you were actually residing at 85 Maplehurst Drive, where eviction proceedings were pending, correct?
What is Maplehurst?
You were residing somewhere else that you didn't put on the application as your current address.
That's for prior address.
No,
Prior address.
it said current.
What does Maplehurst have to do with Shady Court?
Because you were being evicted, I based my decision to rent to you. They started eviction proceedings in January of 25. I was not made aware of that when I rented my home to you. Did you disclose that the pending eviction of your true address to me before moving in? Did you disclose that address to me before moving?
Was she required to?
Yes, the application said, where's your current residence? So I could follow up with the landlord of that residence.
That was not your question.
You
asked her whether or not she disclosed an eviction.
Yeah,
On the application, does it indicate, have you been evicted?
Yes, there's a section in there, any prior evictions on the application.
All right. At the point in time she applies, has she been evicted?
There were eviction proceedings.
Is that what the question asks?
No, it says, have you been evicted?
Thank you.
Oh, sir,
So that case had not concluded. Is that correct?
that's correct.
Okay. Then if you're saying that she misled you, your question is bad.
Well, but
Because it has been all this morning.
okay, but she didn't disclose where her
You want to
address
argue
was.
with me?
No, honey, I'm
She
sorry.
doesn't have to answer that question. Or actually, she answered the question.
Please confirm, do you regularly monitor or respond to your phone you listed on your application? Well, I guess that would be no, because
Well, are you going to answer it or are you going to let her
Okay.
answer?
okay, sir, you falsified the application, so you committed.
That's a conclusion.
If she said her current address was 99,
It's a conclusion. Get to your next question.
okay. Do you admit that the address you provided on your application was false? Do you understand that providing false information on rental application is considered fraud?
Well, don't answer that. That's a legal conclusion you're asking.
I've been doing my Google searches, sir, and this is what I come up.
Well, then bring Google.
Is she typing all this, sir? Was I
You
given?
know what?
I'm just asking.
You know what? You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm taking a break. You get your questions in order and you understand how to address this court. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Have a seat. You may step down. Court is
All right. State spell your first and last name, record please.
Go ahead, man.
Is it true that you told me Ivory Clinton was your domestic partner? Is it true that you have been showing outsiders pictures of me containing my personal information?
No.
Is it true that a prior tenant is also suing you for their $750 declining deposit?
No.
Can I just stop here? The $750 is listed as non-refundable, but you are indicating that it's refundable provided the conditions are met.
To my satisfaction.
Well, ma'am, is that what you're saying?
No.
That is not what you're saying? You're saying that it's still non-refundable?
It is dependent upon conditions, the reason.
Understand what I'm saying. At this point,
If I don't have to hire someone.
you want to know what? You interrupt me, we're going to have a real issue.
Sorry.
There was a notion that the 750 was non-refundable, meaning it didn't matter what Ms. Lyman did. What I'm hearing at this point is that it is refundable. The conditions of that refund will wait to some other point in time, and there might be further litigation regarding that.
Yes, sir.
Is that what I'm hearing, Ms. Anderson?
That it's conditional return.
I don't know what that means.
If it's left clean, like the toilets are clean, the bathroom.
Okay, understand something, what I'm saying. The cleaning deposit, if it is non-refundable, which would create some other problems, that means irrespective of what it looks like or what Ms. Lyman does, the 750 does not come back. A refundable cleaning deposit means that I have the 750 and that 750 would be returned provided it is left in a clean condition.
The same condition I gave her, meaning I don't have to hire someone.
Ma'am, I'm telling you what. Your interpretation of landlord-tenant law is going to get you in trouble. I think I've got it, Ms. Lyman. You can go on to your next subject matter.
Is it true that I have not been able to enjoy my home due to you continuously harassing me?
No,
Is it true that you have the neighbors watching my home?
no,
Is that not what you stated inside text messages?
no.
You did not say that you had people watching your home, Ms. Anderson.
Did I say it's watching the home?
Let me just ask this. Did you tell Ms. Lyman that you had people watching the house?
Ever since the incident with,
Not my question. It's not a qualified answer. That's a yes or a no.
yes,
Then why did you under oath just tell her no?
well, they're currently not watching the house.
Well, that's not what she asked you. Why are you changing the answer that you just gave to Ms. Lyman? No, I want to know why you changed it. She asked you the question.
If
You told her no. I asked you the question. You told me yes, you said it.
people were looking at, okay, I guess I understand. Right now, they're not looking, before they were.
No, that is not what she asked. Go ahead, Ms. Lyman.
Okay. Is it true that you have parked down the street stalking the house
In the past, yeah, when I was trying to get evidence for the court.
and popping up on places where I have been? Is it true not only do you talk about me through text messages, you CC other people in my email that has nothing to do with them tarnishing my name?
Every all the witnesses who have told me things, I try to include them. But I'm not trying to.
What does that mean? What do you mean there are emails?
Like she emails a whole lot of stuff and put people from the neighborhood that I don't even know or people that I never met in the emails of her saying certain stuff to me and falsified information on me.
Ms. Anderson, do you do that?
I've heard emails, including the neighbors, yes.
About Ms. Lyman?
Yes,
Why?
because they're telling me they're concerned about kids running on them. And
Was it only about the kids?
No, in emails she has stated false things like crack pipes, that there's a rapist in the home, different stuff like that.
Did you, hold it. And I'm just going to remind you, you're under oath,
Yes.
under penalty of perjury.
Yes.
Did you say things that directly indicate that there may be drug use
Yes,
and or a rapist in the home?
yes, because when I looked up this, Mr. Lyman, he had criminal history.
You emailed Miss Lyman, which are her neighbors, while she's renting,
Because they were saying,
indicating that there was drug use, particularly hard drug use like crack, and that there was a rapist at the home?
I said a potential somebody with a criminal history.
Did you say potential?
Yeah, I did. I said, is this Mr. Lyman, who was named Augustus Lyman, who lives there? He has an extensive criminal history.
Why?
Because I wanted to alert the neighbors, so that
Alert them of what?
that they, I don't know who's living there. I didn't do a criminal background check on this person, and so I had to look it up online through ICANN, and this particular uncle had a rap sheet. And I figured,
Was the address listed, Miss Lyman's address?
no, the uncle, but I did it.
Fine, but was the address of that individual list, was it Miss Lyman's address?
I was told that the uncle.
I don't care what you were told. Was the address, when you looked it up, was that Miss Lyman's address?
I don't know what Miss Lyman's address, it wasn't under Miss Lyman's address, it was at the uncle. I looked up the uncle.
I just want to state that is not my uncle.
When you look up, if it is a sex offender, you will have an address that they are registered to.
It wasn't.
Was he registered to that address?
Sex offender, it said attempted sexual assault under Augustus Lyman. He had that when I looked him up online, he had a big
Oh
rap.
my God.
So,
And you sent that to Miss Lyman's neighbors?
yes, because they were concerned who was living there and what's going on.
Court's in recess.
All right.
Please don't.
We're back on the record in the case of Anderson versus Lyman. Ms. Lyman, you may continue.
Is it true when we first started going to court that June rent was already paid?
June rent was paid late, but it was paid, yes.
Is it true that you have called the Pittsfield Township Police Department on multiple occasions presenting falsified information?
No, when I can't get a hold of you and I'm concerned about what's going on, I call them because you don't respond.
So are you saying?
What? You call her, she doesn't respond, and you call the police.
I text her, I just wanting to see my property and not having any response from her. Because again, I'm not able to see.
You call her, text her, whatever. You don't get a response, whether she's choosing to or not, and you call the police. And what do the police say? I mean, what do you say to the police?
Well, let's check, make sure she's still alive.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
I just want to state, not only is it a wellness check, when the police come, they had told me she must have something against you. They don't be feeling like coming out because it's always something, and they say it comes from her.
Go ahead.
Okay. Is it true on multiple occasions I asked you to stop sharing my personal information?
You said don't include other people in the emails yet.
Is it true on multiple occasions that I asked you to stop sharing my personal information? Then why do you still do it?
I stopped including everyone in the emails. People did not include your standard at all. Only if it's involved in it. But if it involves maple hurt, I still include this thing. If it doesn't involve her,
Is it true that you told me that you have a multiple personality disorder along with other mental issues?
Let's strike that. I don't, we just,
I was asking.
stop!
That is
Stop! She doesn't have to answer that question. Go to your next question.
Is it true that you're going through financial hardship?
Yes.
Is it true that you had stated in an email that you will pay the water bill and that I could reimburse you?
That's why I want to get a judgment, so that I can pay water bill if you want to possibly fix. I won't pay it if I can get a judgment for you to reimburse me.
But if you're going through financial hardship, how would you pay the water bill?
Someone has to pay it. I'll get a loan, I have, I'll borrow it, someone has to pay it, because otherwise if it doesn't get paid, it goes on the taxes.
Go to your next question.
Is it true when we met back in May of 2025, you pretended that you were a realtor and not the owner yourself?
No.
Is it true that I paid $3,300 in June?
Yes, you paid it.
Is it true that July and August rent is in escrow?
Yes, later, they're in escrow, I'll wait.
Do you know Marcus Escano?
That's irrelevant,
You'll answer the question.
unfortunately.
Is it true that he is suing you for $750?
Ma'am, you are not going to interrupt the question.
I'm not.
Go ahead and answer the question.
Is it true that he is suing you for $750, which is the same amount as the cleaning fee?
You can answer the question.
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know? Is that your answer to the court? Because I'm directing you to answer the
I
question.
have not been in touch with Mr. Lozano.
That's not the question. Is he suing you for the $750?
I'm not aware of that, but
Go ahead, Ms. Lemon.
Are you aware of the bailiff that came on behalf of Marcus Escano to the property and was on the phone with you?
somebody called me and I didn't know who they were, so I told them.
Let me ask this. This Marcus Toscano and the $750, has he sued you?
No,
Was there somebody appearing at the property regarding a dispute between the two?
I wasn't at the property. So someone called me,
Okay,
but I don't.
all right. Somebody, you know what? You can play your own word games or not. Look it up. Hmm?
Can I spell
Do you know how to spell Mr. Toscano?
His name is Lacano.
Okay. Go on with your next question while we look at it.
Okay. Is it true that you made Ivory Clinton block my driveway on July 1st of 2025?
No.
That was during the inspection. What if I told you I have video evidence of you having him do that? Okay.
You have video of him blocking the driveway?
She blocked the driveway on July 21st during the inspection, and it was on video. I can see if I can find the video where she told him to pull up and block the driveway.
Hold on. You think you have video of that?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead. Next question.
Is it true that not only have you been harassing me, you have had another attorney harassing me whose name is James Fink?
I don't know James Fink, that's someone else's attorney. He's not my attorney.
What if I have you on voice recording stating stuff that he told you?
James Fink is not my attorney.
Then why do you CC him in all our emails?
Because he's related to is the attorney for Gloria Van, and she gave me information about Maple.
Why did you say you didn't know James Fink?
James Fink I know him as attorney for Gloria Vanderbilt. He's not my attorney.
Why do you associate?
Next question.
Okay, my last question is it true that you told me if I keep ignoring you that I might end up like your prior attendant?
What are you talking about?
Gabrielle Anderson, who is dead.
She died in my house, and I am concerned about people dying in my house. She did die in my house. She had a heart attack.
Do you have that in writing?
Yes.
Pardon?
She said it in a text message. I have printed out,
Do you have a copy of that text message?
I have the copies of the text messages, yes, but I don't have them in the room with me right now.
And your understanding of that text message is, she said, if you don't respond to me, you could wind up like a tenant that is now deceased.
Yeah, she told me she's threatened me on multiple occasions.
That's ridiculous. Come on, don't sing to that level. I've never threatened you.
Ms. Anderson, staff, go ahead, next question.
That's it. That's all the questions that I have.
Do you believe that if it's true that you contacted her neighbors, that there was the blocking of the driveway, that there was, if true, an implicit threat regarding Ms. Lyman's death, and that you're constantly going to the premises has interfered with her peaceful and use of the premises, which you coveted it in that lease to provide under paragraph 27?
I haven't been to the house, probably, I think I've maybe driven by, not very often. I mean, I've probably driven by once, but I have not been to the house in a long time, ever since the incident with the police coming to the house. And I was just concerned about.
Read paragraph 27, particularly the second sentence. You don't think in any way you've interfered with her peaceful enjoyment of the premises?
I've been concerned about the house, but I mean, if she would just communicate with me, then I wouldn't be so concerned about the house. She doesn't.
What do you think her legal obligation to talk to you is?
Well, she won't give me access.
What do you think her legal obligation to talk to you is?
Since she's living in my house, I think I have some right to have communication with who's living in my house, just so I can know the status of things. I think I have some rights. And she's the only one.
Didn't ask that. Does she have a right not to say anything to you?
So she has the right not to say anything to me, but how do I find out about the house if I don't find out about it from her? Since I don't have access to the house.
Do you think she has the right not to say anything to you?
I think she should at least communicate, or if she doesn't want to.
All right, Ms. Anderson, you keep going on with these long convoluted answers. Yes or no? Do you believe that Ms. Lyman, tenant or no tenant, has a right not to talk to you?
I don't believe so.
So you think she has to talk to you?
On a minimal basis, just with regard to the home.
Under what legal premise do you believe that exists?
In the lease, it states that I have a right to number 18.
I read it. You don't have to read it. You can scan it and tell me where in that provision it makes Ms. Lyman talk to you.
How do I, Judge? I understand she doesn't have to.
Tell me in that provision, is there anything about that she has to talk to you?
Well, it says landlord must notify tenant. How do I notify her she doesn't talk to me? Like if I want to look at the property 24-hour notice, how do I make that happen without having?
Is there anything in that provision that requires Ms. Lyman to talk to you?
I guess not. I just don't know how to.
Is there anything in that lease that requires her to talk to you? Then why is it throughout this entire proceeding, and based upon the testimony of Ms. Lyman as well as what were the premise of some of her questions, are you forcing her or attempting to force her to talk to you?
Okay, she doesn't have to talk to me, sir. Maybe that's what we have here.
Then why are you trying to force her to do so?
Okay, I won't force her to.
I didn't ask that.
Okay.
Why were you forcing her to do so?
To person, and I always think that things can be resolved by talking. So me wanting to talk to her is just part of my normal way of trying to resolve conflict.
Has she told you on repeated occasions she doesn't want to talk to you?
Yeah, she doesn't like me. That's, even though
Didn't ask that. Has she told you on repeated occasions that she doesn't want to talk to you?
well, she told me here she doesn't really, she doesn't say explicitly, I don't want to talk to you, but she just says, well, she doesn't like me.
Why do you then, when she expresses that, do you continue to try to force her to talk to you?
Okay.
Yes, Ms. Lyman.
I just want to say that I never told her that I didn't like her. That never came out my mouth.
Someone will talk to me. Even if it's her mother.
You never met my mom.
But if they don't want to talk to you, you can't force them to do it.
I understand. I agree. I'm sorry, sir. It's just, I'll leave it.
Why would you indicate to the neighbors that there's crack use at the house?
When I went in the house, I thought I saw what looked like a crack pipe on the island. That's what I observed when I wrote my notes, when I lived in the house.
Why do you feel a compulsion to send that to the neighbor?
No, I sent the neighbors the information to know about living there because there was concern that this uncle was living there. And when I did a background check, it looked like he may have a criminal history. And I thought I was just, I was trying to help him.
Tell me each and every fact that leads you to the conclusion that that person was living there.
Told me, especially when the police showed up, that there was an uncle. And when the uncle and the kids were moving in, they told the neighbor that they were the uncle and the kids moving in. And
How did you know his name?
because I looked it up, I did a Google search, and I did a,
How do you know that the name that you looked up and this person that you purport was supposedly moving in was the same person?
based on the physical description of who the neighbors indicated was the uncle, and I looked up her, I kind of got her family tree nailed out from her grandma to her mom. You know,
What?
I figured out.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to find out who was living in my house. I didn't do any background checks.
Why would you do that?
I was concerned
Have
about-
you ever, with another tenant, mapped out their family tree?
I was trying to find out who this uncle was because I was concerned with the neighbors. Bunch of little kids running around in the neighborhood there.
You do understand that if you're renting property, that the tenant doesn't become your indentured servant and or slave.
Yes, sir.
And that you can't force them to do certain things that they've not contracted to do. You understand that, don't you?
Yes, sir. What kind of contraction look like?
You understand that because they're a tenant, you don't get the right to disparage their reputation with the neighbors? Do you understand that?
It wasn't Armand the uncle that I was concerned about. I understand though, I mean, maybe I understand that I shouldn't be concerned, but I was concerned because I just didn't know.
I didn't say that. You can be as concerned as you want. Do you understand that you're not permitted to disparage her reputation that way? Do you understand that if you see or purport to see something that would be drug use like crack cocaine, that you don't have the right to then become, I guess, the judge of what that is, what you think it is, and draw a conclusion and then besmirch her reputation by sending that to the neighbors? You understand that you don't have a right to do that?
Okay, sir. I was just.
Don't okay me.
Yes, sir.
Answer my question. Do you understand? Then why did you do it?
I was just concerned. I didn't know what to do. I was concerned about a bunch of little kids running around the neighborhood and I didn't know who was in my house.
Were these little kids smoking crack? I mean, why were you tying that to the kids?
I thought it might not have been a crack pipe. It looked like it. I don't know.
Then why would you tell the neighbors it is? If you're not sure yourself, why would you tell them that?
I was telling them about the, I was not telling.
You didn't say anything about a crack?
I don't remember who I told about.
Did
that.
you?
I don't remember who I told about. I know.
Well, you better remember right about now, Miss Anderson. You have a very convenient memory. Did you tell any of the neighbors or intimate to any of the neighbors that there was crack being smoked in that house?
I saw crack.
Not an answer to my question. Listen closely. Did you tell any of the neighbors or intimate to any of those neighbors that they were smoking crack in that house?
I did, yes. When I did a Google search when I got it.
I didn't, there's no question. Quit talking. What months are you claiming are owed?
When I get the time.
Just this month is owed.
What months are you claiming are owed?
July, August, September, plus the water bill that I already paid, $143.93. I called, Pittsfield Township before.
I didn't ask you that.
And then the two.
What months, listen to my question.
Sorry.
What months are you claiming she hasn't paid?
July and August are in escrow, and we're waiting on September. So September is the only one that's not in escrow.
So, as she indicated at the very, if she puts that in, she's paid in full. She's paid in full for rent.
Yeah, but she still has the late fees that you already authorized on July 11th. You authorized the 150 late fee on July 11th.
Have you arranged payment of that water bill?
Yes, I have already.
Do you know who you spoke with?
No, I don't. They just told me that we could start a payment plan up.
Pardon?
They told me that I can start a payment plan up starting next month.
Okay, who told you that?
Someone from the water department.
So the only thing, Ms. Anderson, that you paid on this water bill is a $143.93?
Yes, sir. And sir, I can pay the rest of it today.
Ma'am,
Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
didn't ask you that. Ms. Anderson, how many times have you sent Ms. Lyman a notice to quit?
I believe she's my answer.
You have never sent her a notice to quit for the collection of rent.
The 30 days that I sent was because of the fraud, and it included but no rent in that it was for fraud. And
How many times have you sent her the rent or a notice to quit for non-payment of rent?
I think I did the 7-day notice.
Yes.
No, I didn't 7-day notice. I did the 30 days.
Have you ever sent Ms. Lyman a 7-day notice?
No.
How did you calculate the late fee?
Based on Google AI, 5% is the industry standard, so $150 for the 3 years period is considered within the realm of.
In Michigan?
Yes, 5% is the industry standard of the rent amount. We put it at 165, so I think 150 is fair. And that's
What do you think the purpose of the late fee is?
to try to encourage timely payments and also.
It can't be liquidated damages.
Well-
It has to somehow or another be related to your efforts to collect
Well, like-
rent.
Gas isn't cheap. My time, spend days here. Starting to think I should work here.
Let's go to the application. When she filled out the application prior to renting, did you check any parts of that application to verify any of the information?
Yes, there was a number that's no longer working. It was supposed to be her landlord, Desmond Jones, that,
Did you get a response from this Desmond Jones?
no, but I thought it was her parents, so I, she's living with her parents at 99 Arlington, so I thought, okay, she didn't tell me.
Did you get a response from Desmond Jones?
No.
What else did you attempt to verify?
Well, since she was living with her parents,
Let me try this again. Did you attempt to verify any of the information that is on this application?
well, the application showed me her pay stubs. So I knew it was through a legitimate company, rent spree. They verify information like that. So I saw the Ford pay stub, so I assumed that's where she worked. I thought, I guess I don't need to talk to them since that number didn't work. And so I just didn't pursue that, talking to the current landlord.
So just so that I'm clear, if Miss Lyman would talk to you, let you just come into her premises willy-nilly as you requested, would we even be here?
No, I would.
Okay, that's what my problem is.
I just want to know that the property.
The reason that we're here, is it not, is because she won't talk to you.
I'm concerned about my.
There has been nothing detrimental to that application to you. Is there anything referenced at tenancy that has been detrimental based upon your reliance on that application?
I'm worried about my property, sir. If she does damage to my property, it's going to be well beyond her $5,000 earnest money. I just want to sleep at night and know that my property is safe. That's all I want.
Can you answer my question? I'll try the question again, and even if you want to ramble on. What did you rely upon to your detriment in that application and renting to Miss Lyman?
I relied on the fact that she wasn't being evicted at her current rent. It's like,
And you did not do a search regarding Miss Lyman. What did she put on there that is fraudulent in your mind?
her current address.
Did you do any other searches, any other anything regarding Miss Lyman prior to renting to her? So you took what she said in the application, put it through to a company, and relied upon that. So in point of fact, you didn't necessarily rely upon what Miss Lyman said. You relied upon what the company gave you back.
But
You didn't rely upon the application. In fact, you relied upon what this other company had reported back. So that's what you relied upon to rent to her, not the application that's been flaunted around here. It was the report back from this company.
I don't want to make you angry, so whatever you want.
Ma'am, I am not angry, and don't try that game with me. If I get angry, you are certainly gonna know. Filed a termination case to evict her.
Somehow make sure my house is okay, so I.
Well, I don't know how you're gonna see the latter of that, because at this point, I'll be honest with you, I think you've been harassing her to the point that you've interfered with her quiet enjoyment to the premises. And she may be entitled to damages for that. I haven't made a final decision on that, but I'm just gonna tell you, you can't go around, rent to somebody and say they're a crackhead. You might say all of that stuff. It becomes a whole different issue when you begin to disseminate it to other people.
It's been a long time.
And maybe you don't get this, but with regard to the alleged sex offender, I have no idea if he is or not. There's a whole registry regarding that. They're required to give their current address.
I was just concerned, sir, I'm sorry. There's a lot of children running around.
It doesn't matter whether you're concerned. I could be concerned about whoever out there. I don't just go around saying to people, well, they must be a rapist. Oh, somebody's gonna lose. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Ms. Lyman, was there any other questions you had?
No, that's really it.
But Ms. Anderson, you told or intimated to the neighbors that there was crack use at that house.
I just said I saw a crack pipe.
That's all you said?
That's all I said.
Is that what's said on the text message?
I believe, I'm not sure if she CC'd the court in it, but it had like multiple messages with her and other people and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a crackhead.
Saying that it was a rapist in the home, and then people were like,
Yeah,
that it was a
Bam! Stop! Go ahead.
it was a sex offender in the home, and then she had people like, what is wrong with her? Oh, you need to get her gone, just different stuff like that. She has sent emails with the photos of that, yes.
Well, at this point, I'm not going to need the copies. Anything else?
Nope, that is pretty much it.
Anderson, anything else from you?
I did look up in public records for iChat for her uncle, and it did say that he was attempted.
Okay, did it give an address? Did it give an address? So how do you tell the people around there that he's living there?
That's what they said. I don't.
I just want to say the person that she keeps claiming that's my uncle, that's not my uncle.
Why do you keep interrupting?
She just searched my name up and just tied that to me.
I want to understand that.
She said she searched my name up and it said
Your name.
yes, my first and last name. And she said that Google or whatever she searched up in said that he was my uncle.
Is it your uncle?
No.
Is he related to you?
Yes.
What is he?
A cousin. Has he ever been at the property? No.
Miss Anderson, you found somebody who is related to her. Do you have any personal knowledge that that person had been at the property?
Showed the pictures of the neighbor from Facebook.
Oh my God.
Because he was saying that the uncle lived there. He said he spoke with the mother, said the uncle lived there. And I said, does this kind of look like him? And he said, yeah, it kind of does. And then I started doing my searches. So this is all based on me doing my searches and trying to figure out who was in my house, who was living in my house.
You can have a seat. You may step down. Here's what I'm going to say. You filed this complaint for unspecified violation.
What'd you say, sir? I didn't hear that.
You filed this complaint for unspecified violations / fraud / misrepresentation of person in lease, which I believe those are two different things because you said you were dealing with somebody else and not Ms. Lyman.
Yes, in the beginning, I was dealing with that lady in the back that introduced herself as Joanna. That's who I was dealing with. She's her mother.
And persons in home and non-payment of rent. Those are the 5 bases. Violations of the lease are tenuous at best. Fraud and misrepresentation of the person in the lease, which is this other person. Ms. Lyman has been here when the court required her to be here.
But
The fraud, stop. The fraud, there would have to be some type of reliance on something, but that's not what you relied upon to rent. So that's tenuous at best. Other than somebody's speculation, which is actually hearsay based upon hearsay, because supposedly they're the persons that are telling you X, Y, and Z. I have nothing to say that there are other people in this home other than your statement. And it looks to me like the rent's paid. What I do, however, see, and I haven't come to a final decision on any of this, I'm just telling you where I'm at, is that there's been an interference with her quiet and useful enjoyment of the premises, and continues to be, and that there are potential damages for defamation, which relate to that quiet and peaceful enjoyment of the premises. So here's what I'm going to do. If you say you want to resolve it, then you need to resolve it. But I don't think, quite frankly, Ms. Anderson, you're in a position to get everything that you want.
okay, sir. Whatever.
So you just have to talk. I'm going to give you two a chance to go out and see if you can resolve it. If not, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to resolve it. And I'm going to tell you that somebody is going to be very, very unhappy. And I'm not saying anybody has to do anything, but I think if one looks at it, you can see where your strengths and weaknesses are. Now, if you want me to make the ruling, I'll make the ruling. I don't have a problem doing it. I can tell you with reference to the claim of the monthly visitation, not gonna happen. 750 is a curious question, but may have to be litigated another day. Because as I recall from the previous proceedings, you had agreed that it would be refundable. But now today you seem to be saying that it's not. Court's gonna stand in recess. You have 20 minutes. All right. Go back on the record of the case of Anderson versus Lyman. Did you folks come to any agreement or no?
No.
No. Okay, very good. That's fair enough.
Can I tell you what I had suggested?
No.
Oh,
Anything you want to say in regard to closing arguments, Miss?
I told Ms. Lyman that I was willing to waive the late fees, to waive the court costs, give her the $300 for refund for her security deposit. So I would only be asking for $3,000 for September rent and then $143.93 for May water. I think that's fair. And I also told her I'd be willing to write a statement about the security deposit being refundable if it's in room swept condition. So I thought that was fair. So all I would be asking for is $3,143.93 for September rent and May water. And then $3,143.93. And that gives her the $300 credit you wanted to give her for the security deposit for September rent. That's waiving all late fees and waiving court costs.
Sure.
That's
Lyman.
I feel that I should be compensated because she gave out my social security number and copies of my ID, which was attached to the email. A picture of my ID and my social was at the bottom. I feel that is defamation to my character, and it has the whole neighborhood in that email. I do not know them people at all, and my social is very, very sensitive information.
I did not give her social.
I feel that.
Ma'am, Miss Lyman, hold on a moment.
Okay.
She did not interrupt you. Go ahead, Miss Lyman.
I feel that the late fees are excessive by some compensation would be nice, just because I haven't been able to enjoy the home. This rent, I feel like I owe $2,267. And that's pretty much it. I just want to be able to enjoy the home without being bothered.
Thank you, Miss Lyman. Well, thank you both very much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these calculations, try to figure this out. There will be no additional argument or witnesses on the case. I will render a decision and I'll set it for October 14th, 2025, 9 a.m. Yes, Ms. Sanders.
Can I get the 2 zip drives that I didn't include as evidence since they have family photos on?
Ma'am, once I am done with the case, I will make a decision on that. I've told you that time and time and time again.
That had family photos of my little boy.
Ma'am, what did I just say?
And that is exactly where this case leaves us, with a landlord walking into court thinking she had everything under control, only to slowly lose control of the entire room. The judge gave her chance after chance to focus on the real issues: rent, lease violations, proof, evidence, and the law. But instead, this turned into accusations, Google searches, neighbors, alleged crack use, family tree investigations, and claims that were falling apart the more she tried to explain them. What made this even more intense was how quickly the judge realized the biggest problem might not be the tenant. It might be the landlord's own behavior, because in court, concern is not enough. Suspicion is not proof. And being the property owner does not give you the right to embarrass, pressure, or harass someone living in your home under a lease. The judge made that clear again and again. A tenant is not your servant. They do not have to talk to you whenever you want, and you cannot spread serious accusations to the neighborhood just because you feel worried. By the end, the entire case flipped. What started as a landlord trying to collect money and control access to the property turned into the judge questioning whether she had interfered with the tenant's quiet enjoyment and whether her actions could expose her to damages. And when the judge said monthly inspections were not going to happen, that pretty much told everyone where this was heading. Now the court has taken the matter under advisement, and the final ruling is coming next. But one thing is already obvious. If you come to court with weak evidence, hearsay, emotional arguments, and accusations you cannot properly prove, the judge is not going to clean it up for you. So now the big question is, will the landlord walk away with anything close to what she wanted, or did she just talk herself into an even bigger legal problem? Drop your thoughts below, because this one is far from over. Do you think the landlord was just protecting her property, or did she cross the line into harassment? And if you want to see how the judge rules next, make sure you stay locked in, because the next hearing could be even worse.